Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian, and welcome back to BG Model Workshop. We're going to do shop card shout outs, stash ads, and then a couple of other little things we want to say thank you for to the community at large. But we want to start off first by saying thank you to you for sticking with us while we were sick. Um, it was a big deal. You know, the influenza A, that's the bad one, and it's definitely a kicking by it being kicked by a mule. I mean, we were down for 4 days, 102 fever, the whole 9 yards. Got checked out by the doctor, got diagnosed with that, so we were able to get the Tamiflu stuff, and we had. They want you to have that in a short span of when you first get sick. So we were able to fit into that window, both Mrs. BG and I. So thankfully we were able to get the meds and get the feeling better. And we really wanted to get back to feeling better so we could host that Mafia Christmas meeting. If you guys haven't seen that video, we'll have a link down below for that. That was a rocking good time. Absolutely the best time ever. I think that was probably the best meeting of the year so far. But well, it was the last meeting of this year, but it was just absolutely the best. So hopefully you'll tune in and watch that and see all the fun that we were having. We even did a gift exchange, and that went really well. We were asked to host all Christmas meetings from now on, and both Mrs. BG and I are just over the moon about that. So we are pretty stoked. All right, now we're going to get onto some stuff here. We want to first say thank you to a couple of guys who sent us some shop cards. I want to say thank you to Dylan over at NYS Modeling. Man, I love the color on that. That is like really close to that color we came up with for our 40 Ford that we did last year, part of the USAC build. That's a beautiful color on that right there. And then this Volt Mustang is just sweet. So thank you very much, Dylan. And congratulations to you, sir, for the award that you got at the Acme. Very well deserved. All right, and we also want to say thank you to William over at Ruckus Rods. Check this out. This is a killer card right here. Does this remind you guys of that magazine Cartoons? I'm not sure if that's still around or not anymore. I don't think it is, but I grew up reading that, and I love that. So seeing this artwork just takes me back. So thank you very much for the card, William, and for the awesome sentiment on the back, sir. I do fully agree. And not to mention the fact that we are very happy to help support your channel as well. Now, I'm not sure how many people out there have received this type of thing from Mr. William. By the way, there is his email address down there. Should you want your own card, we will have a link in the description for his channel down below. But Mr. William is a little bit of a sneaky bugger because he didn't just send us the card. He also sent us this. What? Yeah, that's right. It's a Johan kit. I can't freaking believe that. But thank you so much. We love Johan kits. We don't have many. We don't have many in the stash, but we do love Johan kits. And this is my all-time favorite body style for the Torino. Now, there's a little bit of a story here because Mrs. BG actually has one of these in her stash. What? Yes, Mrs. BG does have her own stash of model cars because if you guys don't know it, she used to be a builder also. Well, she loved this kit. It was her all-time favorite kit, and I was coveting that kit. So when I opened up the package and saw this in there, I was like, William, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because now I have my own. And I don't have to go sneaking peeks at hers anymore. But this is leading me to an idea. I'm thinking that maybe we should challenge Mrs. BG to a buddy build, where she builds hers. I build mine, and we do whatever color scheme we choose to use. But yeah, it would be really cool to get Mrs. BG back at the bench building, and this could be the thing to do it. We also have something else in the stash that might get her back too. But again, William, thank you very much for that. All right, so as we said, we had the Mafia Christmas meeting here. It wasn't really a Christmas party, but the holiday season, that kind of a thing. We had Mr. Joel from Iceman Collections. He was attending the meeting, and it is so cool that he is coming to the Mafia meetings and hanging out with us and being part of the crew. Joel, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. It's just awesome. I enjoy hanging out with you. I enjoy talking to you about 3D printing and everything else that goes on in the world. But we picked up one of his 572 Chevy big block engine kits. We're gonna leave it in the package because it's a little bit delicate on the print stands. But yeah, this kit, we actually have a plan for this guy here in 2023, of course. But yeah, I was excited to see that. 20 bucks. 20 bucks. I mean, that's outstanding. So we did a kit exchange, and I picked a kit that was cool. I liked it a lot. My friend Chris Sobek was the one that brought the kit, and it's totally something that's up Chris's alley because Chris does do drag. He grew up around dragsters. He's a big dragster fan, so he had a rail dragster that he'd put on the tree. We picked that one, and then I was like, okay, this is outside my comfort zone, but I'm totally up for the challenge and stuff. Then I noticed our buddy Chuck picked this one, the Californian kit. So I was like, that is an interesting kit. So I went over, I was talking to him about it, I was taking a look at it, and he goes, yeah, it's actually based on an Oldsmobile Tornado. I'm like, ooh, I like those. I'm building a Johan one. It's right there. But I thought, maybe he'll do a trade. So I asked him, and Chuck's like, wait, you want to trade for this? I'm like, yeah, sure. He goes, hey, what'd you get? So I showed him the rail. He goes, oh, I love that. I got an idea for that. I'm like, okay, great. So we did. We did a swap. Now I have to have this done by next Christmas. Just like this one was supposed to have been done by next Christmas. But I was digging through this here, taking a look at it, and ideas started to form. I'm like, dude, I've got some pretty cool ideas about this guy here. How do we want to build this? And we'll do a whole other video about that later on. But got some ideas, and I think you might enjoy it. Okay, so that's the Christmas stuff out of the way. We do want to say thank you to a couple of guys in the community because we did get some Christmas cards from them, but the Christmas cards are actually part of the Christmas card display in the living room, which is nowhere near here. So we want to say thank you to Don over at Don's Garage. So the Fat Man from Alabama, Don, thank you for sending us a card. That was awesome of you to do that. Thank you. Mr. Jamie Garvin, way up there in Canada, he sent us a card also. Thank you for thinking of us, sir. And then, of course, Mr. Frank over at Frizzo's Model Car Garage. Excuse me, Model Cars. I'm reading the thing here and I'm adding words. But again, Frizzo sent us a Christmas card as well. And reciprocations are in the mail for you guys. So hopefully they'll get there soon. Usually when I don't have the flu and it's Christmas season, I'm a little more on top of getting those cards in the mail and stuff. But, as a matter of fact, just today, Mrs. BG sat down and signed a stack of cards she had to send out. So we're a little behind the curve on some stuff. So apologize about that. But thank you for your patience. Okay. One last thing to say thank you for, and then we're going to get on to the kit stash stuff, okay? First of all, we're going to say thank you to George Oppenheim. He contacted us over Facebook and let us know that he's, enjoys the channel and what we do here, and also said that he was appreciative of the fact that we also do some sci-fi stuff once in a while. And sci-fi is something that's very close to my heart. I love sci-fi pop culture type of stuff. I'm not a hardcore sci-fi guy. I don't do like the what do you want to call it, like the sci-fi horror stuff. Not really into that thing, but I like the pop culture aspect of things like Forbidden Planet and of course Star Wars, Star Trek, all that kind of stuff. Space 1999. But when it comes to things like Alien and other types of things, what was that one, Prometheus, not really into that kind of stuff, but I do like the pop culture aspect of sci-fi genre. So he contacted us and he told us this story about how he picked up this kit. He wanted to build it with his son. Things didn't go to plan. They just didn't have time to do stuff. And I think the project was going to be a little bit bigger than he had expected to be. So he sent us this with the stipulation that we not only A, give it a good home, but B, build it. So this guy right here, hashtag my enterprise, because I was in high school when this was on the air. I remember it was my freshman year of high school was the year this was first aired on TV. So I was so stoked to see this because I'd seen this in the hobby shops and toy stores and stuff growing up, and I just never pulled the trigger on it. And to have the opportunity to have this kit now, this is a big deal, guys. So There's a couple different ways you can build it. You can build it all as one ship, or you can have it saucer section and the battle bridge type of thing separate from each other. It's got a couple of stands you can do that with. I know that there are later generations of this kit that have a lighting kit in it, I believe. Wasn't really into that, so this is really cool. I'm really glad to have this version here. So George, thank you so much for offering us this kit. That means a lot to me, especially with the story that you told about it. So when we build this, it will be in the honor of you and your son. So thank you again, sir. All right, so kit stash. Friend Bernie had picked up a kit stash from another collector. So it's a collector buying stashes from collectors. So that's how that works. And we're familiar with the collection that he had gotten. So we went to his house in the anticipation that he had some stuff that we had been eyeing in the past that we couldn't afford to get originally. Bernie is pretty well known for having some pretty good prices on stuff, especially stuff that he figures might not, really move very well. Well, he sent us email letting us know that there was a sale, and I think he had a section set aside just for us because I think he knew what our tastes were. But let's show you what we got. All right, first off, this is a Gunsenyo high-tech edition. So that means that this is the pinnacle of their model world. Okay, white metal chassis, white metal engine and suspension parts, photo etch. When they talk about multimedia things, this is one of those things they're talking about. This is definitely a multimedia kit. So I do have another multimedia kit by these guys. I think I have two others in the stash, an Alfa Romeo, and I think the Messerschmitt. Yeah, the three-wheel Messerschmitt bubble car. So we want to. I remember seeing this thing and I was just like, oh man, I can't believe that this is available and at an affordable price for us. So we went ahead and snagged it. Another little cool kit we got. This whole theme is Ferraris, by the way. Another cool kit we picked up with this one here was a Ferrari 250 LM. This little dude, this is an Academy kit. Beautiful kit, as a matter of fact. It's probably a converted battery operated toy type of deal, but we got this for Mrs. BG. Like we said earlier, we want to try getting her back to the bench and building. She has expressed interest in possibly building for Acme for 2023. Huh? Excuse me, hang on a second. I apologize. My throat was letting me know that I've been talking too much. Anyway, as I digress, so we picked up this kit from Mrs. BG, and we're hoping that she really digs this one. She likes her swoopy doopy lines and her sexy curves and stuff. And I think this fits the bill pretty well. So this is a Le Mans winning car. So we're hoping that this will fit in with the Le Mans category that Acme is hosting or offering, or whatever the terminology is for that. But yeah, one of the themes, I guess is what I should be saying, is Le Mans cars. So that fits perfectly for her. And now I want to build something for the Le Mans category as well. So I picked up this guy. Huh? This is a great kit. This is a beautiful kit. It even has a Sprumanak on the front. Brian, what's a Sprumanak? Well, that's a very good question. Sprumanak is when they print all the sprues on the either box top or box bottom, depending on manufacturer, of course. But yeah, that's the Sprumanak right there. All the sprues are shown. So you learned something new today. Yeah, I am totally stoked to have this kit because I love the 250 GTOs. Can't wait to do this one. There is a Le Mans winning car, 250 GTO, excuse me, and I believe it was 65. Double check me on that. I have to go look it up again. I was doing some reading about Le Mans yesterday and the day before, but nothing seems to have soaked in. So I have to go back and double check that. And then I have one more kit, but we're not going to show you that kit right now because it's going to have its own video, because we are now into the territory of the Holy Grail. Oh, yes, that's right, the Holy Grail. So there's a whole story and everything that goes along with it. So we will do a separate video about that because this is running very, very long. And I do apologize about that. But there was a lot to cover and we had a lot to get through. So appreciate you guys spending time with us again, talking about models and such. I know there's a lot of other channels that you can do that with, but I do appreciate the fact that you have spent this much time with us. So go have a cookie. Mine's going to be a sugar cookie. All right, y'all, take it easy, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.